Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to an installment of the Quickview series. And this one, it's like we're adrift in the river of time. We have another one. I've probably done 6, 7, 8 tires that all have the exact same name, which is fun for knowing what you're trying to pick out. We go, and it is of course, as indicated by the thumbnail, Mix Racing, our good friends Mix Racing, manufacturers of all things from the ridiculous to the sublime. This is from back in the era when Mix Racing was naming everything crawler tire. Excellent. Descriptive. We know what you're about. This is one of the worst clone tires ever made because they cloned one of the worst tires ever made. This is the Mix Racing crawler tire, which is a direct copy of the Boom Racing Hustler, which is terrible on every level. And this tire was better than the Boom Racing Hustler only in that it was larger. The Boom Racing Hustler is like a 445, and this one is like a full 475. So it had a little bit more clearance, but no grip at all. And you fast forward a ways, and then Mix Racing gave us another crawler tire, which we refer to as the Fusk, because it is such a convincing clone of the J-Concept's Tusk that if you didn't know which one you were looking at, you wouldn't know which one you were looking at. It is still the fake, the clone tire held in the highest regard. And then Mix Racing began naming everything off-road, except for one. They made one called the Mix Racing On-Road, which actually outperformed many of the Mix Racing Off-Road. So here we are with another Mix Racing Off-Road, sourced directly from everybody's friend AliExpress. And in the listing, they tout new and improved compound. I don't know anything about new and improved compound. What I do know is this might be the actual thickest carcass I've ever encountered. It has to be 3 millimeters thick. Like when I punched them with the leather punch with this gentleman right here behind me. Oh, you know what? It's not going to hamper the performance at all. So here we are right here. So let's go straight across like this. Now I'd like you to turn your listening. Just what? Okay. That is a click like a shot because that is the plug of rubber. It's 3 millimeters thick. It might be 3.5 millimeters thick. So even if this is the softest compound, which it is not, it feels very much like rubber. Because it is so thick, despite this tire at least appearing to be right around the 47 millimeter wide territory, it comes fitted with this foam, which is I would call it I would call it a medium hard. We can get a little compression. Susan is made out of a substance called medium density fiberboard, and she probably weighs about as much as a typical lightweight rig, probably in the 4.5 to 5 pound range. These are unusable. But because they've made a carcass so unbelievably thick, you can put an Endura silicone in it, and it will fill the tire out all the way. If you put an Endura silicone, just like the one I just fitted in here, into any other 4.75 tire, it rattles around. Like we shim them all the time. We cut little discs out of fridge foam in order to shim them so that they fill out the tire. You don't need to do that here. It is touching on the sides both ways. And when I was getting ready for this, I was looking at this tread and I was thinking, it looks so familiar, but I can't put my metaphysical finger on it. I can put my actual finger on it. And I was like, what is that? So I had a flash of brilliance. We live in the future. Here's my flash of brilliance. I took out my phone, I put on Google Lens, and I took a picture of it. There must be either no intellectual property rules in tire design, or it is very, very loose. Like they fly as fast and as loose as possible, because the first one that came up with was the Nexen Rodian, which looks very close, but like the outer on the Rodian is a little more rounded off, and these have a little more crinkle cut fry to the shape in the middle. Toyo Open Country, Geolandar MT, Hankook Dynapro, the Centennial Dirt Commander. It just goes on and on and on and on. Even AI can't tell you exactly what these are, because, you know, I wanted to say mixed racing off-road, parenthetical, Toyo Open Country, Geolandar MT. I will probably, I mean, you'll know. I don't know right now, but you'll know because you're in the future. I will probably just go with probably the Toyo. I think it kind of, the Rodian is close. I think it's a kind of a two-way toss-up between the Toyo Open Country and the Geolandar MT. Not the regular Geolandar, the Geolandar MT. Regardless, we're talking about a tire that is so thick in the rubber. It is, with few members of competition, perhaps the easiest tire I've ever mounted. Because, I mean, it's the thickness. The thickness is not to be overstated or underestimated. There is no need to cross-tighten here. We've got a big, fat mounting lift in there. I have no idea what to expect. In the past, we've gotten some near alchemical things that have occurred when we pair a random tire with a Injora green silicone. Injora green silicones kind of go against my own homebrewed conventional wisdom, which is an insert can make a good tire better or a very good tire great, but they can't make a bad tire good. These kind of fly in the face of that, because we've had tires that during their open testing have been horrible, particularly in the 525 LP 2.2 size. And then you put that green in there, and suddenly they're pretty good. It's a perfect fill out. It doesn't feel too bad. We don't really have an appreciable Starsky. So this may be one of those rare instances where a tire doesn't really show or indicate its capabilities while on the bench, and we'll get to see something like, you caught me, I almost did it. We'll see something approximating goodness. I don't know. So far, mixed racing off-road has made only catastrophes. Everything with mixed racing off-road on the side has not been good. 118, which is just over 4 5/8, so right around a 4.65. And then we've got, you know what? I would say 46. Thicker foam might, so we get a little tiny bit of bag. We could push that on a little more. 46, 47. You know what that is? We have a name for that. We call that Class 2. It's pretty much right there in the middle of Class 2. 118 by 47, I regard as the prototypical Class 2 tire. The expectations cannot be super high. It's a mixed racing off-road, and they've all been terrible. But if you're not watching these sequentially, I get it. But I do record them sequentially. So the things that enter into the mental database in order to inform the stuff that goes on the tire database, things have transpired in the past. I tested a tire very recently to the recording of this called the Ropex Storm. And the Ropex Storm is the absolute definition of the prototypical Class 2 tire for me. It is neither good enough to purchase deliberately, nor is it bad enough to discard. So it generated a new, not this guy, a new baseline against which other tires are measured. Now, this, being a mixed racing off-road, has every possibility, because we know that this guy exists. We also know that this guy exists. Think of this as the devil and the angel on the shoulder. Do I think that it's going to be worse than this? I think that's almost impossible. Do I think it's better than that? Well, it's highly unlikely, because this has a very thin carcass. You can't do... It's not super sticky. It's got a little ribbon belt. If I didn't mention it and I didn't know ribbon belt in there doesn't need to be. These are actually, like, they're holding up. Many tires that we've tested, you'll never notice unless you're watching extremely closely. Tires on the spreadsheet in the database are being adjusted fairly routinely by me, because I will look back and I will revisit, which is why we have a holding pen that's right up above us that has Injora Klingons, it's got Vanquish, Geolandar, what are they, MTX? XMTs. We have tires that did well, but leaving questions behind, like how is that going to behave when it gets hotter out? Or how would that do on a wet surface? Or can we actually find a vehicle that is suited to a tire that if you got a donut that thin, you'd be like, give me a different donut. So, like, how are these going to do? So they go into the holding pen, or maybe they haven't found a vehicle that really sings their song, so they end up in this as well. So, I don't know, Mixed Racing. I don't know what you're doing. Like, if this is a new compound, indeed, if it truly is, that's great. But, like, why would you make a tire that thick, ever? Like, we've already determined if you want to go trailing, you just buy Proline G8. Like, apparently that's what they made G8 for, because it doesn't wear. I have almost 25 miles on a set of G8 Trepidors, and they show no visible wear. They're garbage on rocks. But man, do they trail. So, we're going to take these out. We're going to run them through the 10 stages, and it's going to be one that's tough on math. I have this sneaking suspicion it's going to be tough on math for me, because I just try to count the deductions, and we might end up with some big ones. If I have to get the dry erase board and the pen out, baseline's having a day. Out on the course, where the yellow blanket grows ever deeper, I can't keep up with it. You can leaf blow this daily. And when you come out the next day, there's about half this much. It's filling everything. And ants and spiders and bumblebees. Oh my. Oh, I thought you could have had it. Could have had it. Oh, yeah. Got that real lug noise. Oh, come on. Nope. Oh. Yeah, wait. Get right below the hop. There you go. It's just pure lug noise, because you've got those 3 C's. You got compound, composition, and carcass. Ooh, there's a... Oh, I hope the microphone's picking up that squeak. Not only do we have lug noise, we've got lug chirp going on. This carcass is so thick, I don't know if it matters what compound it is. Like, I don't think, no matter how sticky the compound, I think if you make it this thick, it's just going to fight it. It is an astoundingly low level of forward drive. If there is any impediment placed before the tire, it just stops. It's truly, like, these are those moments. Get it. You've done it. You've done it. You made it. You made it to the top. You'll also notice they're barely even picking up the flowers, and the flowers are kind of sticky. They stick to everything. Okay. It's the base score, basically. If a tire cannot do the obstacle, that's a 5. If it can do it, but not repeatably, that's a 7.5. So I'm going to go 8.5 for this. That's a full 1.5 deduction so far, which means that if this tire did a perfect 10, which is impossible, for the remaining 9 stations, it could get a 98.5. These are true. This iterative production from Mixed Racing is truly so far genuinely impressive with how little forward drive they can generate. So yeah, it's academic at this point, I think. Once you throw a sub 9 out there, it's really difficult to recover. If any one tire becomes, okay, all right. I have a number. We will refine that number. It is very difficult to recover from that. It's like you can't make up lost time sitting still. An 8.5 is yeah. Any one tire gets disengaged, we can give it a little Johnny English. There you go. It's just, well, it is evocative of an uncomfortable number of RTR tires. $9.3. Like, because we have a sort of semi-newly established, I have in my mind what a 95 looks like. And the 95 is kind of the above and below line, right? 93 is the line at which below you should not buy anything. And we're currently sitting well below that because we're at 2.2 points of reduction. Now, a 97.8 would be the maximum theoretical score. I think we're going to be low 90s, which is honestly really quite bad. And we must indeed give some small amount of credit to the silicones, which they do elevate. They can make any tire better to some degree. And what that degree is determined by the tire. Like right through there, this tire with any single stage in there does have just enough traction that I think we could flip it over when we're trying to make that transition. But the weight of the silicone helps. They're bad. They're bad on the side hill. They can cover the transition, but I mean, there's so much loss. Out of frame. Ooh. Again, in the quest to find the worst tire, this is certainly not it. That Remo Hobby 1093 is unbelievable in how bad it is. These are fairly typical of a tire. So we get right through here. You can see that fall away, and it's lifting because it's still trying to roll over even with that thick carcass. But that thick carcass is holding it out. So, I mean, to be honest about it, I almost said aloud, it's between a 9.5 and a 9.3. They have a name for that. It's called 9.4. So we'll throw another 0.6 of deduction there, taking us to a total of 2.8. It is not looking better. And we're just going to continue to get to situations where forward drive and ability to maneuver are going to be emphasized more and more. If it has happened in the past where we've had a tire that starts weak and ends strong, I'm at a loss to think of it. The shuttle is the easiest maneuver on this side, trying to get it as high as I can. Thing is, any drop in throttle is an immediate loss of traction. Oh, gotta be quicker than that. You almost had it. We're getting as much fallback as we are forward progress. That's wide open, baby. That's all the beans in the can right there, and you'll see it. It's settling. There it is. No bobble. That's real bad, and no rubber left behind. But did we heat them at all? Ooh, very nearly. Now, we have two things that we're basically looking at this obstacle. We've got two faces. So we had a failure both on the straight pull and on the shuttle. That is a 5. Cannot complete the obstacle. But it is split because now we have this side. How high are we going to get? Ooh, that's a couple inches lower than usual. Oh, get it. It looks like there's a mechanical, doesn't it? Okay. That's new. I don't know if we've ever seen that one before. Boy, when these tires are challenged, when they have to choose between fight or flight, it's flight. Oh, yeah. All right, so that would be a 7.5. So right in the middle of that would be a 6. 6.25, I think, would be right in the middle. I'll call it 6.5. I'll call it 6.5 because, I mean, we had to use a lot of velocity. We're sculpting a score at this point. Never buy this tire, obviously. 2.8 and 3.5 is 6.3. Ooh. Things are looking down. No, I'm not gonna lie. A 6.3 reduction through 4 is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, through 4 is it's kind of impressive. I think we could probably stay right here all day because we have one tire. Driver rear is not actively engaged, and the others are spinning as if we're on cultured marble. The lug noise is very uniform and just like, oh, we're getting nothing. And then if you bounce it into position, oh, this is amazing. How have they done this? We one time, you can find it on the channel in the playlist called The Dumb. We hot glued open cell foams to a plastic wheel, and they did better than this. We've tested drag slicks that have done better than this. We've tested dog toys on Tamiya semi-truck wheels that were better than this. There is There is zero steering accuracy to these. No, they wander, they wallow. When you get that shoulder to actually bite, they give you nothing. They don't bite, they gum. These things are gumming at the rocks. Any mechanical at all, if a sleeve of a jacket was hanging out the door of the car and dragging on the ground, that would stop these from providing traction. It's genuinely unbelievable. I got my mouth just hanging open. I cannot actually believe what I'm seeing and how bad these are. This is truly impressive. Now, we do have some amount of forward drive. Like, we can't just murder it, right? It's not, this is horrible. But we've seen things that are actually somehow almost inconceivably worse. In recent memory, this is halfway through easily the worst tire I've tested in recent memory. These are catastrophic. I will give them for this a 7. So it's another 3 points. That is 9.5 points of deduction at the halfway point. Oh, this is, guys, today is special. I mean, I'm just excited now. This tire has the opportunity to push up 2, maybe 3 more 5s. Dang it. Okay. It's the standard side. We'll try the standard side again in a second. Okay, what? What? All right, what? That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. Was it fluky or did it actually happen? No, it happened. Almost with the catch. The weight of those silicones. The weight of those silicones and the presence of those silicones are playing a big part. A big part. Oh, I wish I had tested these on a single stage foam. We could have gotten a bottom 5. I have to give that like a 9.6. That's an above average performance at Daphne's third. So that's 4/10. What were we at? Were we at 8.5 or 9.5? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll say it was 9.5. So we're now it's 9.9. I got to keep these numbers running in my head. Okay. Other side. Okay. Not bad. Okay. This is fairly average. Fairly average. We have no chevron shape. Oh. Oh, it's horrible. And we're right back to horrible. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. It's awful. It's awful. 7.5. It can do it, and it's terrible at it. 9.9. 12.4. 12.4. It's going to be good at self-riding, I can already tell you. Because of the weight. This is silicone flywheel. Pow. Pow. It will stay out on that edge. You can see the flywheel effect. Boom! Bap! Pow! I mean, we've already done it. We've already basically established a record. We've set a record. That combo with this the mix racing Toyo Open Country / Nexen Rodian / whatever, mostly for ease of math, I'm going to give it a 1/10 reduction on self-right, because that flywheel effect, I'm telling you, do not underestimate. Pow. Oh, I roofed it. Also, it makes the math easier, because then we're now at 12.5 deduction. When I said that we did it, what I meant is that we've done it. The Nexen Rodian Open Country has done that which I had previously thought impossible. That is, it scored the lowest available protocol score, which is a 5, as in incapable of performing the task, and then it got a 9.9, which is the highest score that we award on the protocol, making this tire, I will remember this one now, because it has done something no other tire has succeeded in doing. It has done the worst possible and the best possible. On wet, if this tire doesn't pull a 5 wet, it will be something akin to a miracle. I would consider this performance on surface transition, honestly, probably right around average. Like right there. Great. Great. Let's try to do another hander. The gnats under this tree are ferocious. That's asking a lot right there. We'll do a shuttle back. Do we have any shuttle back? Of course we don't. It's like it's average. Like we could deduct more, but I think a bit of it would be just in the hopes of driving down an already low score. And darn it, this off-road tire for mixed racing, it earned its low score. We'll give it a 9.5. It's a 9.5 on transition. It's probably not going to clear mud particularly well. It does have a lot of lug. It's probably like 60% lug, 40% void. That takes us to an even 13 points of reduction, giving us an 87 going to wet, which means we're going to be somewhere between an 82 and an 86.9, which is not a heavily populated area. That self-right really threw this score out of whack. And I mean this when I say it. This is sincerity, not sarcasm. For me, low to mid 80s, I thought it might have picked up a little something, but it has not. Low to mid 80s is every bit as impressive, for a very different reason, as mid to upper 90s. Mid to upper 90s means you got a great number of things right. You got a great many things right. Low to mid 80s means you succeeded in making it out of rubber, and it is round. And that's it. That's the end of it. I think you could take a tube of caulking and form a tire. Actually, it would take a full tube of caulking roughly to make a tire, and it would take like 4 days to dry. Don't do that. Hot glue. You can make a tire out of hot glue that would definitely grip more than this. I mean, if your tire can get caught on nothing, it's kind of impressive. Don't get it twisted. The silicones, the Endura silicones, are the real MVP. They're the real one today, because I think this tire is Jeez. Mid to upper 70s without those silicones. I don't know if I've witnessed a test where I've thought that the insert had more of an impact than these have. Oh, they are just absolute glass. Absolute glass. I mean, like I'm playing a snare. Get that rhythm. Oh, the absolute perfect settle. So I had to look it up on the board. That is, of course, that right there, which has been spinning now for a good minute. It's almost dried the tires off. Is a 5. That's a 5. This is the finest 5 I've ever seen on wet. Take that from the 87. That gives us an 82 even, which puts us right above the Boom Racing Max Grappler at 79.1. Also the Geolandar KLR clone. Right below the, is that the King Trekker? Yes. The original S3, not the S5 King Trekker. And one step right above, half a point better than the 1.55 crystal pin, which comes in appropriately because that was 4 dog toys mounted on 4 Tamiya semi-truck wheels. These are half a point better than dog toys. Genuinely impressive. 82. See, we've dried them off. Unbelievable. But I am aghast. This truly impressive. I have to look down the list further. Is this the worst Mix Racing has done? Yes. Previous bar for futility was a Mix Racing off-road tire in 66th place. It is not marked on the list as to what it is a clone of, and it got an 85.0. Next step up. I know we've done a bunch of these. Hellhounds, Super Kirks. Boom Racings, the other Super Kirks, the fake trenchers, the 86-100 stock tires, MT-1902s. Yeah, just an absolute episode in futility. It is genuinely concerning that companies are making tires this. Like, there's nothing redeeming about these. When I said 93 is the cutoff for you shouldn't buy this tire really for any reason, I've deliberately scored tires 93s because I think that they could have a purpose outside of direct rock crawling. These have no purpose at all. These are the skeweriest of skewer tires. They are absolutely terrible. And Mix Racing continues their legacy. Because wait, where is the fake? Where did the fake hustlers, 19 fake hustlers? They should be on here. I can't even find the 19 fake hustler on my own list. I know that it scored a couple points better than the genuine hustler, which scored a 62.5. So these are, just think, if you haven't seen that one, just think, these are almost 20 points better than that. And they are, like, they were genuinely pretty good at like 3 or 4 things. And then just atrocious at the others. Now, I wish that oh my God, if we had tested on the rock hard foams. We could have manufactured our own bottom 5. As it is, it's an 82, which is a catastrophically bad score. Never buy these, basically. Unless it looks like a Tusk, Don't buy any tire Mix Racing makes. They are, or D1RC as well. Horrible. Horrible. Find us some traction over here so we can get out of frame. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Baseline new on a left. That's self-right. That tells you everything about the silicone. This is a testimonial for how good the Endura silicone inserts are. When they're working, they are working, and they were doing their absolute best today. Don't buy Mixed Racing tires except for the fake Tusks. Better yet, save up the money, buy real Tusks. They're the benchmark. They're the benchmark for excellence. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time. In between now and then, please one and all, do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. I am still trying to compute how bad these are. I don't think the 82 is adequate in expressing how truly bad Mixed Racing take on the Nexen Rodian actually is. Horrible.